Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. How are you? I'm Jana Ahmed Abdel Sadiq and today's topic is further on working with variables. Today we will solve together 15 questions about further on working with variables. Some problems or some questions including variables. Now, the first question says 3x minus 5 greater than 6. The first one, 3x minus 5 greater than 6. Right? Now, here we want to collect the like terms together. Now we know that 3x have a variable, but 5 and 6 doesn't have a variable. So that means both of them are what? Are like terms. 5 and 6, because both of them are numbers without variables. So that means we will shift 5 to 6 to the another side. That means 3x, and of course after we shift negative 5 to 6, it will be positive 5. That means 6 plus 5 is equal to 11. 3x greater than 11. Now divide the both sides by 3. So x is greater than 11 over 3. I think now you will ask why we didn't change the sign of the greater than. And we know that if we divide by a number, we should change the sign from greater than to less than, or from less than to greater than. But actually here, you will not change anything until you divide by a negative number. Here what we have, a positive number, positive 3, and we divide both sides by positive 3. So we will not change the sign. But if it was a negative number, if it was negative 3, we will change the signs to less than. So when the number which you will divide it, the both sides by it, if it was negative, you will change the sign of greater than or less than. But if it was positive number, you will not change anything. You will keep it as it is. Like x is greater than 11 over 3 are the same thing. Now, that means the solution set is x ratio x greater than 11 over 3. This is the answer for the first question. Now, the second question. The second question says 2x plus 1 is equal to 10. 2x plus 1 is equal to 10. 2x plus 1 is equal to 10. Now here we want to connect the like terms together. Like first of all, 2x. 2 have the variable of x. But 1 and 10 are like terms because both of them are numbers. They don't have any variable. So that means we'll shift 1 to 10 to the another side. And when we shift it, it will be negative because here it is a positive. Positive 1. When shift to the another side, it will be negative 1. So 2x is equal to 10 minus 1 is equal to 9. So that means 2x is equal to 9. Now divide the both sides by 2 because 2 has the variable of x. And as the last answer, what we have, the value of x is equal to 9 over 2. So that means the solution set is equal to x is equal to 9 over 2. So the second question, this is the answer for it. Now the third question. Third question is different, have some difference from question number 1 and question number 2. Because question number 3, you will collect only the like terms without dividing any numbers or multiplying any numbers. Now, question number 3 says 18x plus 27 minus 6x minus 2. Now, what we have here, we have a like terms, but two like terms. Like for example, here in this number we have the variable of x, but here in this number we don't have any variable. It is only a number. The same thing, we have here the variable of x, and 2 is a number without variable. So that means we have two like terms. That means 18x will be with negative 6x, and 27 will be minus 2. We will collect the like terms together. Now, what is the like terms here? 18x and negative 6 are like terms. 27 and negative 2 are like terms. So that means 18x, when you will arrange it, 18x minus 6x plus 27 minus 2. Now you can subtract and add as you want. 18x minus 6x it will be equal to 12x plus, because the greater number is positive, so we put a positive. 27 minus 2, it will be 25. And this is the final answer for question number 3. Now, let us go for the question number 4. The first question says 18k, number 4, 18k minus 10k minus 12k plus 16 plus 7. Now we have also two like terms. First of all, 18k, 10k, 12k. Three of them have the same variable, which is k. And here what we have, 16 and 7. Both of them are like terms because they are numbers without variables. So that means they are like terms. Now, it's already arranged. So, only what's left is to subtract and add the numbers or the like terms together. Like for example here, we will start by addition, like negative 10 and negative 12. It will be not positive, it will be by the negative sign, but we will add them together. Like negative 10 and negative 12, it will be negative 22k. Here 18k minus 22k. So as the last answer, before we solve about the k variable, let's do the 16 plus 7, that it will be 23, because here what we have, positive in the two numbers, so it will be plus 23. Now 18k, when we subtract it, it will be 18 and 22, negative 4k plus 23. Why I put negative here, negative 4k? Because the bigger number is negative. 22 is bigger than 18, and 22 have the sign of negative. So that means we will put at the answer negative 4k plus 23. And this is the final answer for the fourth question. Now the fifth question. The fifth question is the same as question number 4. Now, question number 4 says, question number 5, 6a plus 9x plus 24a minus 27x. Here in this question, we will make maybe 2 or 3 things. First of all, we'll multiply the sign which is outside the bracket by the signs which is inside the bracket. Okay, this is the first thing. Second thing, we'll collect the like terms. Third thing, we will add and subtract like terms as we want. So first of all, we multiply the sign which is outside the bracket, multiply it by the sign which is inside the bracket. Like for example, here there is no sign outside, but I think it's a positive, but we are not writing positive bracket, so it will be 6a plus 9x as it is. 6a plus 9x as it is. But here what we have positive. Yes? Now, positive times negative, negative. Positive times positive, positive. But here what we have only one sign, which is positive times negative, negative. 6a plus 9x plus 24 minus 27x. Now we will collect the like terms. What we have here, two like terms. The one which is numbers without variables and another one which have a variable. Now 6a, 9x and 24 and 27. Actually we have three variables, sorry. We have three variables, not two variables. Because what we have here, a. And what we have here, x. And here 24. And here 27x. So that means 6a plus 9x plus 24 negative 27x. Okay, 6a it will be as it is plus 24 as it is negative 27x plus 9x. Now what we will do only negative 27 plus 9. It will be the one which is left. So the last answer to be negative 18x. 6a plus 24 negative 18x is the last answer for this question. Okay, now let's continue with the other questions. Now let's continue with the other questions. Question number 6 says bracket 10x plus 15a minus 5x plus 10y. Now 10x plus 15a minus 5x plus 10y. Now it will be the same like question number 5, that first of all we multiply the sign which is outside the bracket with the sign which is inside the bracket. Like for example, here negative times positive, it will be negative. So that means 10x plus 15a minus 5x minus 10y. Now the second step is to collect the like terms together, like 10x with negative 5x and positive 15a with negative 10y. We will not like make it together, but it will be alone because we don't have another number or another like term like a. Okay, so that means only the like terms, it will be 1, which is 10x and negative 5x, but 15a and 10y is not alike terms. So that means 10x minus 5x plus 15a minus 10y. At the final answer, it will be 5x plus 15a minus 10y. This is the last answer or the final answer for question number 6. Now, let's go for question number 7, which says negative outside the bracket of 4x minus 6y, then minus outside the bracket of 3y plus 5x, then negative 2x, which is multiplied by it. So negative 4x minus 6y minus 3y plus 5x negative 2x. Now, negative 4x, what we have here outside the bracket, we have negative. So that means negative times negative, positive. Now, negative 4x plus 6y. And what we have here outside the bracket also negative. So that means negative times positive, it will be negative. So that means negative 3y, negative 5x, and the number which is outside the bracket is negative 2x. Now what we will do, we will collect the like terms together, like negative 4x with negative 5x and negative 2x. Then positive here 2x. Now what we have here, positive 6y and negative 3y. Okay, negative 4x and negative 5x, when you will add together, it will be negative 9x. With negative 2x, it will be negative 11x plus 6y minus 3y, it will be 3y. So as the final answer, what we have? Negative 11x plus 3y. This is the final answer for question number 7. Now let's go for question number 8, which says putting a numbers in place of variables. Now, question number 8 says 2 times a plus 3, where a is equal to 5. So that means we know the value of a, and we will put the number in place of the variable itself. Like for example, 2 in place of a, what we have? A is equal to what? 5. So that means in place of a, we'll put 5 plus 3. Now, 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. Then times by 2 is equal to 16. The final answer is equal to 16. And this is the answer for question number 8. Now, question number 9 is the same thing. And question number 10 also the same thing. But in new level. Now, like for example here, question number 9, 7 minus x over y, where x and y, x is equal to negative 3 and y is equal to negative 2. Okay, in place of the variables, we will put the numbers. Like for example, 7 minus, what we have here, negative 3 in place of x. So that means in place of x, we will put negative 3. Negative 3. And in place of y, we will put negative 2. Now, here negative times negative, it is positive. So that means 7 plus 3 over negative 2 is equal to 10 over negative 2, cut by 1, and here by 5. Or you can say by 2. So that means is equal to negative 5 at the end. The final answer for question number 9 is negative 5. Now question number 10. Question number 10 says 2a plus b over c. Okay, where a is equal to 3, b is equal to 4, c is equal to 2. Now, in place of a, b, c, we'll put their numbers. Like for example, 2 times, in place of a, we'll put 3, plus in place of b, we'll put 4, and in place of c, we'll put 2. Now you can divide, multiply, add, whatever you want. Like for example, 2 times 3, it is 6. 6 plus 4 over 2 is equal to 10 over 2 by 1 and here by 5. So that means the final answer is equal to 5. Now let's continue by the other questions. Now let's continue by the other questions. Question number 11, which says 3x squared plus 4x plus 6 minus x cube minus 3x minus 3. Now, what we have? 3x squared plus 4x plus 6 minus x cube minus 3x minus 3. Now we collect the like terms together to solve it. Like for example, here 3x squared is alone. We don't have any like terms, so that means it will be alone 3x squared. Okay, what we have here, 3x and 4x are like terms. 4x minus 3x. And what we have here, positive 6 and negative 3. Positive 6 and negative 3. And in alone, negative x cubed, because it doesn't have like terms in this question. X cubed. Now, what we'll do? 3x squared plus 4x minus 3x. Okay, here 4x minus 3x, it will be 1x. So that means here x. And here as it is, 3x squared plus 1x plus 3 negative x cubed. And this is the final answer for question number 11. Now, question number 12, which says 2 times a plus b plus 3 times a plus b. Two a plus b plus 3 a plus b. Now what we will do? 2 times a and times b, because 2 is outside the bracket and 3 is outside the bracket. So that means the 1 or the sign, the number, whatever it is, number or sign which is directly out of the bracket without any sign here, it will be times the things which is inside, or the numbers or the variables which is inside the bracket. Like for example, 2 times a and times b. That means 2a plus 2b. The first bracket. Okay. Now let's come to the next bracket. The second bracket says positive 3. Also 3 is directly with a plus b. So that means 3 times a times b. That means plus 3a plus 3b. Now, the second step is to collect the like terms together. Like for example here, 2a plus 3a are like terms, and 2b plus 3b are also like terms. So that means 2 plus 3 is equal to 5a plus 2 plus 3b, it will be 6, it will be 5b. 5b. So the final answer for question number 2 is 5a plus 5b. Now, question number 13 is the same thing like question number 12. Question number 13, it says 7 times 2d plus 3e plus 6 times 2e minus 2d. That means 7 times 2, it will be 14d. 7 plus 3e, or 7 times 3e, it will be positive 21e. Okay, the second bracket, which is positive 6 times 2e, negative 2d. Now positive 6 times 2e, it will be positive 12e. Okay, and what we have here, positive 6 times negative 2d. It will be negative 6 times 2, 12d. Now what we will do, 14d minus 12d. Why? Because we will collect the like terms together. Like d with the d and e with the e. That means the like terms. 4d minus 12d, and here plus 21 plus 22e. Both of them are e. 21e plus 22e. Okay, now what we'll do, 14d minus 12d is equal to 2d. And plus 21 plus 22 is equal to 33. 12. 21e plus 12e is equal to 33e. That means 2d plus 33e is the final answer for question number 30. Now let's go for question number 14. Actually, question number 14 is simply easy because it doesn't have any numbers. It's only a variables together. Like for example now, here what we have, a outside the bracket of b plus c is equal to what? Okay, as we know, anything which is outside the bracket directly, whatever, if it is negative, if it is a sign or variable or a number, it will times the numbers or the variables or the signs which is inside the bracket. Like for example here, a times b and times c. That means ab plus ac. Okay, that if it was what? Positive. But what if it is negative? It will be the same. AB minus AC. Okay, but what if it was a binomial? Like for example, A plus B times A plus C. What we will do here? Or you can say A plus B squared. First of all, this is different from this one. Like for example, let's do it together. Here what we have, A plus B times A plus C. And here we have A plus B squared. Okay, now A plus B and A plus C. Here what we have, without variables, without signs, without numbers, outside the bracket. So how we will multiply them or collect their like terms? First of all, what we will do, what we have here, bracket. And in the other side also what we have, bracket. So that means this bracket, which is anything, variables, numbers, signs, which is inside, will times the another bracket. Like for example here, A, it will times A and also it will times C. But what about B? The same thing. It will times A and it will times C. Now here, like for example, A times A is equal to A squared. Okay? What about C? It will be AC. Okay. Plus B times A, BA. Plus B times C, BC. And this, it will be the final answer for this one. Okay, what about this one? A plus B squared. What does it mean when they say squared? That means we multiply this bracket by itself again 2 times. Like for example, A plus B times A plus B. A plus B times A plus B. That means A plus B squared. Squared means multiply the number or multiply the variable 2 times. Okay, by itself. Like for example here, A, it will be times A and times b. B, it will times a, and it will times b. So that means it will be a squared, because a times a, it will be a squared, and a times b, it will be plus ab. Okay, what we have here also, b plus a, it will be also ab, plus b times b, it will be b squared. Okay, now do we have any like terms? Yes, we have ab and ab. So that means a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. This is the final answer for this question. Now, let's continue with question number 15. Question number 15 says 2x times the numbers which is in bracket 3x plus 4 minus 3 times in bracket x plus 5. Now 2x times 3x plus 4 minus 3 times x plus 5. Now, as we said before, the one which is outside the bracket we will times the one which is inside the brackets. Like for example, 2x times 3x times 4x. 2x times 3x, 6x squared. Okay, what we have here, 2x times 4, it will be plus 8x. Okay, the first bracket done. Now the second bracket, which is negative 3. Negative 3 times x, it will be negative 3x. Okay, negative 3 times positive 5, it will be negative 15. Okay, now we will collect the like terms. Do we have a like terms here? Yes, which is positive 8x and negative 3x. That means 6x squared plus 5x negative 15. And this is the answer for the last question, which is question number 15. I know that you benefit how to solve the problems which have variables, the questions which have variables with the numbers, and how to place the numbers in place of variables if it is given. So inshallah, I hope that you also enjoy this video, how to solve the variables, and like as we said before, variables with numbers, numbers without variables, terms, like terms and unlike terms, which is are not the same. So thank you for listening and thank you for watching. Goodbye.